Equestrians, welcome back to All Things Horse. My name is Maya and this here is Noah. We are going to show you how to tack up with your English tack. Before you get started by tacking up, you want to make sure that your horse has been thoroughly brushed down. This just kind of helps them to be more comfortable. We'll leave a link in the description below of a video that we made on how to brush your horse and the benefits of brushing. Let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put on your saddle pad. Saddle pads come in a lot of different sizes and colors. So if you just go to any tack store, then you can choose your favorite color and your horse's size. So to put on your saddle pad, you're just going to put it gently up. Right here is their withers, so you just want to make sure that it's up nice and tall on their withers. A half pad. It's a little bit fuzzier and it's usually white and it's more of an optional pad, so you don't need to use it if you don't really feel like you need it. And it's just going to be the same. Just going to throw it up. It's kind of going to line up. You're going to see this little patch of just your regular saddle pad, and then you can get started with the saddle. To be able to use our English saddle to its fullest, we need to really understand the parts of it. So right here you're going to have the cantle. This is where you're kind of going to rest your seat on. And this is your seat, so that's, where you sit. And this is called the pommel. So this is like, if you are familiar with a Western saddle, this is where a horn would be. And so that is just kind of going to be where, like, if you're jumping, you're going to kind of lean forward onto it. And then this is the skirt, so it's covering your stirrup leather and your stirrup bar. Stirrup bar is going to be how your stirrup leather stays in place. And then way down here at the bottom of the stirrup leather is your stirrup. And so right next to the stirrup leather, we've got this. This is called the knee roll. And then under here, this is the bottom of the knee roll. This is kind of going to be what supports your knee right there. And then these are your billets. So that is where this is the girth. It's going to attach onto here and onto the billets on the other side. The girth is going to go under the horse's belly to keep the saddle in place. So let's get started. So now you're ready to put your saddle on. You are just going to gently send it up onto their back. You want to be very gentle because you don't want to hurt their back if you're just throwing your saddle up there. Then another really important thing is it's called tension your saddle pads. So you just want to get your saddle pads and just kind of push them up into the saddle. Just that kind of helps put the pressure off of their back and more onto like their sides, which is going to be a lot more comfortable to them. Yep. pad to the saddle. And so you're just going to Velcro the two little straps together underneath the billets right here. And then you're just going to go over to the other side and do those ones too. So this is your girth. It's going to be kind of like a belt. You're going to connect it from this side of the saddle to the other side. It's going to go under their belly so that your saddle doesn't slide around while you're riding. So on your saddle pads, there are these two little loops, and you're going to put your girth through those loops. So these loops are here to make sure that your saddle isn't like sliding around or anything. It's just going to kind of give it a little bit more stability and help it be a little bit more comfortable to your horse. So once you have these in place, you're just going to grab your billet and you're just going to stick it through and grab it. You want to push it up instead of pulling it towards you. And you can even move the buckle with your hand. Then you're just going to stick this little stick through one of the holes. You can either put it on the second billet or the third billet. It kind of depends. It's kind of owner's preference. So with Nala, we usually put it on the second one just because that's a little bit more comfortable for her. So you're just going to kind of do same as the first one. Go up to the same hole, and then you got it. Too tight around your horse's belly. You kind of want it to be kind of like a belt. You don't want it to be too loose where it's slipping around, but you don't want it to be too tight where you're like it's hard to breathe and it's just very uncomfortable. So what you're going to do is you want to make sure that it's looser or tight enough where you can get maybe 2 or 3 of your fingers, or you can still wiggle it around but not have it be too loose. So just like your saddle, you want to know the parts of your bridle. So we're going to start off with the reins. This is your really long rope right here. This is going to go around your neck. This is going to be holding all the time. This is your steering wheel and your brakes. So this is going to be how you tell them stop, how you tell them to move, and then connected to your reins is your bit. This is just going to help them understand the pressure that you give them with your reins, and the bit is connected to the head stall. So on the head stall you are going to have the brow band. This is going to be where their ears stick out. It's just going to go around their forehead. And we're just moving down onto the nose band. On the nose band is this little clip right here. So you can adjust it to fit the size of your horse's nose. So the next thing is the throat latch. This is just going to go underneath the horse's throat, under their cheeks. So this is kind of going to hold your bridle in place, so that it's not slipping around. If anything happens, then it will stay on. First, you're going to want to get your reins. You're just going to put them over your shoulders so that you don't accidentally step on them. They're kind of out of the way. And then you want them to be a little bit loose so that they aren't like too far dragging on the ground and that your bridle can still move around. So you're just going to get your left hand and hold just over on the top of the headstone. You're just going to keep it up. Once it's far enough up, you can get your right hand and just hold on to the reins there. Oh, okay. And then you're just going to have your hand flat. You're just going to hold the bit and just kind of get it in her mouth. If she's not opening her mouth right away, you can get her thumb. They have a little gap of teeth right there. So they have like their front teeth and then they have teeth way back here. So they have this little gap, so you can stick your thumb in there and wiggle it around a little bit to get her. Kind of like a bit of doing that just kind of motivates them and kind of gives them a little tickle in their mouth, so they kind of have a bit more of a motivator to open their mouth. So now you can get your nose bound. You just want to make sure that it is under the bit. If it's over the bit, then it's just going to be a little bit more uncomfortable for them. So for your throat latch, you just want to get the buckle and put it up. You don't want to have it too tight where it'll be choking them, but you don't want it to be too loose where it will be unaffected.